Okay, last thing I want to talk about is the updates to the explosive diarrhea parasite, which is now hitting us with 4 separate outbreaks. So it's gone from bad to worse. And on top of that, I think Kroger, about like 1.5 million eggs just got recalled for E. coli. There's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, if you were worried, oh no, my state hasn't been hit by the explosive diarrhea parasite, well, there's a chance. There is a chance that you can now get the explosive diarrhea parasite. It's very exciting.
I'm fresh out of the hospital and ready to report on Taylor Farms and cyclospora with absolutely no ill will or conflict of interest of any kind. So the outbreak started when
an outbreak of a parasitic infection in Michigan has more than doubled since just a few days ago.
That led the CDC to narrow down on the source as a distributor of iceberg lettuce for Taylor Farms' Mexico division, Taylor Farms de Mexico, which there's something very Los Lakers about that, but I digress. A couple of days later, Taylor Farms released a statement saying that the FDA apologized to them and that the FDA has not identified a single positive product test result for cyclospora. That seems almost intentionally misleading from a company that knows a lot about product recalls. Positive product samples are often very hard to come by in outbreak investigations, and they often have to rely on epidemiological evidence. The FDA then denied apologizing and said that this false positive doesn't change the basis of their investigation. Since the sample of
Do I think there's a parlay on Calci to see if your state gets it? Do I think that the explosive diarrhea is being bet on Calci and Polymarket? Absolutely.
shredded lettuce that had falsely tested positive was outside of the scope of the existing recall. So to play it safe, you should just avoid all Taylor Farms lettuce, right? Well, it's not that easy. Taylor Farms was behind more than 40% of all salad mixes sold in the US last year, providing nearly 14 billion servings of fresh vegetables and supplying to Walmart, Target, Safeway, Whole Foods, Meijer, Vons, Food for Less, H-E-B, Sprout. People online have also been pointing out various conflicts of interest between Taylor Farms and the current administration. The company has donated millions over the years to...
Do I think the sites Poop and Shit are betting on poop and shit? Yes.
Packs dedicated to stripping regulations. Since then, the federal lab responsible for identifying parasitic outbreaks was reduced in staff from 11 to 3, and just last week the FDA said it would delay the implementation of a food traceability rule. Where does that leave us? Well, shares for just about every fast casual salad place are down. I now have the diet of a 12-year-old Call of Duty middle schooler, and Taco Bell, playing the role of Spain in the Spanish flu, has lost about 20% of their foot traffic, even though they were kind of the responsible ones here. They'll never make me hate you, Taco Bell.
At MetaConnect.
Well, the responsible ones are Taylor Farms and the Trump administration. Taylor Farms spent big on MAGA and anti-regulatory lobbying before diarrhea outbreak. I am so sick and tired of reading the words diarrhea outbreak. Explosive diarrhea explodes across the country. The company donated more than $3.6 million to conservative groups between 2020 and 2025, including $1 million to the MAGA Inc. Super PAC. Nice. Taylor Farms donated more than $2 million to conservative political groups just last year, according to Federal Election Commission filings. From 2020 through the end of 2024, the company donated more than $1.6 million to conservative PACs, including a total of $850,000 to AFP Action, an anti-regulation super PAC with ties to the Koch network. Bruce Taylor, Bruce Taylor, the chairman and CEO of Taylor Farms, is also a longtime donor to Republican causes. Since 2020, personally, he has donated more than $900,000 to Republican PACs and candidates, including contributions to Texas Senator John Cornyn and Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Yippee! Like many corporate giants, Taylor Farms has also spent big on lobbying related to industry regulation. In early 2025, it hired lobbyists at the firm Sidley Austin to advocate on behalf of the company on regulation of food safety, according to disclosure documents. Since then, they've spent over $810,000 on their lobbying efforts. Woohoo! Marion Nessel, a food policy expert, said that Taylor Farms donations are part of a wider problem in the American food industry, that multi-billion-dollar companies use their financial resources to push policies that would reduce food safety regulation and accountability when outbreaks occur. Let's go! The FDA's regulations in place for what food producers are supposed to be doing, but nobody wants to do it because it's expensive and difficult. In a post, I like that I'm just my own soundboard right now. In a post on X, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services emphasized that Taylor Farms' political donations did not influence the Trump administration's response to the cyclospora outbreak. This is how the fake news works. Imply collusion, ignore the facts. The HHS account posted on Monday. Very cool to see the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services account pulling up the old fake news claims. Nothing influences our decisions except science and the safety of the American people. Yeah. Yippee! Taylor Farms had apparently taken issue with the CDC's and FDA's handling of the investigation. Oh, did they? The company recently claimed that the FDA apologized after announcing a false positive test. The FDA told reporters that no, actually, an official apology never happened. Prior to the false positive and the non-apology, Taylor Farms execs met with White House and FDA officials to discuss what a spokesperson for the company called shortfalls in the government agency's response. The New York Times reported that the meeting following Taylor Farms' recent hire of Trent Morsi, the former deputy director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office, who left the Trump administration to start a government relations firm in September, and everybody cheered. The recent diarrhea debacle is not the first time that Taylor Farms, which brings in $7 billion in annual revenue, has drawn the focus of federal regulators. Yes, they are frequently cutting safety regulations and standards and
I'm fresh.
Making us sick. But don't worry. Here's what RFK Jr. had to say.
In this country, that violent intestinal illness now spreading. Now 41 states, more than
I do appreciate that he's calling it a violent intestinal illness.
11,000 cases. And here's Elizabeth Schulze with what you need to know.
Explosive poop.
Tonight, cases of that parasitic stomach illness skyrocketing to record levels. More than 11,000 people have been sick.
I saw on social media that Taylor Farms is the same as the 365 line at Whole Foods, Greenways, at Publix, and also sold under tons of other names. Yeah, no, they have like a total dominance of the market.
In 41 states. It comes just 24 hours after Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. tried to reassure the public.
Does the federal government have this outbreak under control right now?
We do have the outbreak under control. We have done extensive forensics, epidemiological forensics, and we've identified the source of the outbreak.
The FDA has linked 1,600 cases to lettuce supplied to Taco Bell in 5 states. Officials say the likely source of that cyclosporiasis outbreak is Taylor Farms' iceberg lettuce from a farm in Mexico. All the companies potentially affected have removed the lettuce from their supply. In New York, Chase Strangio says he was one of more than 40 people sickened after eating a boxed lunch at a corporate event and had symptoms for weeks.
The main difference between this illness from the cyclospora parasite and other stomach bugs was that it would not go away. It lasted a long time. I had ongoing pain.
David, there are more than double the number of cases we see in a typical year, and we're only halfway through the season. David?
You'll stay on this, Elizabeth. Thanks so much.
I'm fresh out of the hospital.
Yeah, they really keep emphasizing Taco Bell.
In this country,
Taco Bell is not the source of the problem here. Trump says he's given no thought to explosive diarrhea ravaging America. He's like, that's just another Tuesday.
There's this nasty parasite that is giving people in 9 states explosive diarrhea. When is it going to be safe to eat lettuce again?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. It's the first time I've been asked that question. Are you eating lettuce recently?
I should always have more lettuce.
You want to get the hell out of here, Peter.
The fake laughter.
That's a very interesting question.
He's like, I don't give a shit. Haha, get it?
From you. I didn't think you'd ask that kind of a question. Nobody wants to ask that question, but
he really is the human embodiment of explosive diarrhea. He looks exhausted. That's what I said earlier on a clip that we watched of him. I said he looks extra bad.
Well, it's exciting.
There's this food coming in, I guess, from Mexico. It's tainted. It's making a lot of people sick. That is the CDC's terminology.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a major tariff on Mexico because of the lettuce. and we're going to put a big tariff on Canada because of the smoke. All right? We'll get a comment. Which would you have, the lettuce or the smoke? I think I'll take the smoke.
How about neither? Would you rather have the lettuce that gives you explosive diarrhea or the smoke that is hazardous to your lungs and body?
Yeah, the smoke wrecked my daughter's swim meet.
Well, it's closed up a lot of countries. I've told Canada they have to do something about it. You know, we've never had this problem. All of a sudden, we have this problem with Canada. So we'll have to talk to them about that.
Oh my God. We've never had this problem. Canada, something's up. Oh my God. The United States is so infuriating as a country, just especially under Trump, blaming everyone else. Being like, wait, we have literally never done anything wrong. Nothing. We are the explosive diarrhea in this world. We are the explosive diarrhea.
I don't want it. There will be.
Also, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? This is the official CDC website, by the way. The claim that vaccines do not cause autism is not an evidence-based claim because studies have not ruled out the possibility that infant vaccines cause autism. Okay, so are we going to do this with everything? If studies have not ruled out the possibility that infant vaccines cause autism, which that is not true. That is a very intentional misrepresentation here, mind you. But also, if that's what we're going with, right? The logic here of, well, they have not, this studies have not ruled out that this thing is not true, then apply that to everything. Also, we defunded any studies going forward. Yeah, also, there will be no more studies. That's it. Stop the study right there.
No lettuce for me.
Today, confusion over the source of the cyclospora outbreak is leading to a different kind of confusion. What's safe to eat?
Are we all going to get that diarrhea parasite?
I want my salad, please.
Health officials say they're making progress.
We do have the outbreak under control.
But many of the details remain.
We do have the outbreak under control. As today, it's announced there are now 4 separate outbreaks. Is that what under control is?
Unclear. The FDA says Taylor Farms remains under investigation, even after ruling out an earlier positive test. All of that leading to lots of unanswered questions and some consumers leaving lettuce behind.
Is anyone else boycotting lettuce like it's the plague?
Crisis communication expert Molly McPherson says the unknown is part of the problem.
There's still a lot that we don't know. Is uncertainty, in a way, its own biggest hurdle for a lot of these brands and companies to navigate?
The science is confusing. The regulation is confusing. So much about this case really rests on the confusion of it all.
The result? Consumers putting their money where their mouth is, or isn't.
We were doing about 150 to 200 people a day. And then, as of last Saturday, we dropped down to about 10 a day.
Local businesses feeling the pinch.
It's just a big hit. And we're really not protected against other things like this.
And chains like Chipotle, Chopped, and Cava have seen foot traffic fall, with visits down as much as 24% last Saturday compared to their typical Saturday traffic from January through July. Taco Bell saw the biggest drop. With
you just got to boil the lettuce and then eat away.
Visits down nearly 30% using that same comparison.
The easiest thing for a consumer to do is just not eat it.
In a statement last week, Taco Bell said it removed all Taylor Farms lettuce from its restaurants nationwide. And on Tuesday, introduced a new $1 lettuce-free stuffed tortilla in an effort to win back customers. While some of the...
Oh my God, that actually looked like straight up shit. that No. That looks so bad. That looks like what comes out of you if you have cyclospora. If you have cyclosporiasis, what? Are you kidding me? That looks like the symptoms of cyclosporiasis. Yeah, this guarantees you get the healthy type of diarrhea, the normal type of diarrhea, not the one caused by feces. Oh my God. This is a passionate issue for me. Being the baker's field chatter in most chats is the fight we are facing in the Central Valley. These companies are I cannot read anymore. Existential threat to our food safety, especially in the largest region of agricultural production, not just America, but the entire world. No, I hear you. I do. Fuck these companies. Fuck Taylor Farms. Fuck this diarrhea.
A new $1 lettuce-free stuffed tortilla in an effort to win back customers. While some of the other brands have tried to distance themselves, telling customers on social media and through loyalty apps they don't even serve iceberg lettuce. But that hasn't stopped consumer fears from spreading online.
I'm scared to eat a freaking salad.
Which makes building trust offline that much more difficult.
Nobody wants to be falsely blamed for something if they have
Hello, that's why you do what I do and eat chips.
nothing to do with it. But the public doesn't care about that. Right now, it's all about reassurance. Every single brand.
All right, Ali Canal joining us now. And understandably, Ali, the public is demanding accountability.
Yeah.
So we're learning now there's, I guess, the first lawsuit linked to all of this?
Yeah, the first lawsuit connected with this outbreak here. So 7 Michigan residents have sued Taco Bell and Taylor Farms in connection with this outbreak. They allege that they became sick with cyclospora after eating at Taco Bell location.
I ordered a Caesar and got croutons and cheese.
In the state, they are seeking damages for medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, among other losses. And this is a reminder here that messaging is so important for these brands. You need to come out early and often and communicate, even when there's a lot of unknowns. And clearly there's still a lot that we don't know about this outbreak. But for reputation...
Well, don't worry, because per RFK Jr., it's under control. He's got it. It is taken care of.
For trust, for loyalty to your customer base, you have to make sure that you're just out there on social media, that you're giving video messages, anything you can to communicate so that people, still respect the brand, and then ultimately you can get over this.
So true. And it's tough, too, because there's so much misinformation, and also people are avoiding places they don't need to avoid.
Social media, as we just saw, that takes over. If you're not out ahead of it, then other people are going to tell the story for you.
And companies and producers that have not been linked at all to this now are dealing with the damage control from it. Ali Canal, thank you.
Of course. Thanks, Ali.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news.
RFK is diarrhea parasite in human form. Yes. Cosign. I do not believe anything out of his parasitic brain's mouth. That sounds like something a parasite would say, that they've got it under control. It's the worm that's in control. The worm is like tugging his neurons, and this is the beginning of the worm taking over the world. Wormakuni. Rakakuni. Yeah, it's controlling him like Ratatouille. His parasitic homunculus. At this point, whatever. The worms take over. It's basically Tremors. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Everybody's got diarrhea.